You have heard of Dragon Age Inquisition. You have heard of the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. You have heard of all the great RPGs that have ever existed. But I'm telling you now, they're all trash, garbage, compared to the greatest RPG of all time, Hero. So this game is interesting. It seems like it was one of their resume builders for a Bakir Shah, but it winds up getting into some very shady, mysterious territory because its publisher is Volin Nolan Games, who I've never heard of before, but surprisingly, I have had their games before, and they produced Among Us 2, But Warfare, Among Us Trilogy, amongst with a bunch of other asset flips, maybe early resume building games. And while that isn't necessarily bad, what is odd is that they buy old Steam games that no longer bring profit to the developer, which is interesting. So we modernize traffic with marketing methods, we optimize the page in Steam, and we re-promote Steam games for future profit. So this is their website. Under their resume section. I have a feeling it's made by the same person. It may not be. I've got no way to prove it, but allegedly. Anyway, very odd and worth looking into for a future video. But right now, we are talking about Hero, which is garbage. Hero is absolutely terrible. Now, does it get some things right? Actually, it's surprisingly decent in regards to its cutscenes. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too hard into their resume, but looking at their resume, they definitely highlight the fact that they developed all the cutscenes, animated and scripted camera events and sequences using C#, as well as Unity's animation system. So, all dues, they're actually surprisingly solid. They're not perfect, but they're surprisingly good. And it definitely shows talent. It definitely shows talent. It shows that they have an eye for cinema. And like, even though a lot of these assets and animations are reused over and over or all happen at once, it's still fairly decent. The problem comes with the combat. The combat is awful, and you can completely avoid enemies altogether as well, and there's way too many enemies given your limited healing options and literally only being death. It's terrible, and it's good for a resume builder. And I don't mind the fact that you're selling a resume builder for about $1. I think it should be free, but fair dues, you still put time into it. But how much of that is because of these Volin Nolan games? I don't know. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's just very odd. And honestly, I would stay clear of them, because again, there's nothing wrong with resume games. It's still on the person's resume. It's one of the first things on their resume. But it's very weird that it's under a developer that buys games that are no longer profitable. Maybe that's their way of saying, hey, it's published, look, it's done through this publisher, when they just sold the rights to their page. And if it is the same person, then I think there might be implications that they're blowing up their resume, even though I don't necessarily see that on the resume. So again, I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but it is very strange. But yeah, I hope you didn't think that this video was strange. If you did, you know what to do, and I'm sorry. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.